all three of them were events that posed serious risk to life and property in our community, life in particular. But they were also very similar in that they provided our community with an opportunity to plan. And that might seem a little strange in the event of United 232, but a planning occurred several months before the plane crash. Completely serendipitously, the emergency organizations in the area, the fire department, the hospitals, the ambulance service, the paramedics, had a planned practice for a plane crash at Sioux Gateway Airport. And it was a day-long practice. It was taken very seriously. Hospitals were notified, and they had really worked through what they would do if there ever was a big plane crash. And it was the most eerie thing, because several months later it happened. And the tremendous work that was done by the emergency services, I just can't get over how they were so prepared for it because of this planning that they had undertaken. They were coordinated, and they had the first patient at Mercy Hospital 16 minutes after the crash, and the operating rooms were ready for action. I know it because I had the first patient up there within a few minutes of his arrival in the emergency room. I mean, it was a fantastic ability to learn from practicing. I do. In the case of the flood, we didn't have a large amount of time, because I still remember it was like about 7 days before they shut down Dakota Dunes and that whole area of the river and Sioux City. We got the first inkling that there was problems upriver, and I still remember the meeting of the Army Corps of Engineers out at the Dakota Dunes Country Club, where they basically announced that we had 5 days to get out because this place is being shut down, and it was a real emergency. And the way the community came together there to bring in people from all over Siouxland came out to the dunes to help, filling sandbags, helping people get out of their houses, just tremendous amount of help. Everybody at the dunes got out, and with their house belongings with them, because no one had an idea, a certainty that it was going to be saved. During that period of time, during that week, the amount of mobilization that the city did, the county, and the support from the state with the Air National Guard, huge helicopters bringing in 1-ton sandbags and lining the river, and the massive amount of dirt trucks that were going 24 hours a day bringing in dirt to build the levee. Over a period of 5 days, I just thought was just sensational. In the issue of COVID, a lot slower. We've been fortunate. I mean, the whole country's been affected by COVID, but at a different rate. The coast had it 2 months ago, and they were really gearing up. We saw what was happening, and it gave us time to prepare, get the PPE stocked up, get the hospitals prepared to shut down elective cases, and have everything available to accept what we believed was going to be the surge, and the surge has certainly come. You know, when 232 happened, I mean, the nation, from my recollection, was absolutely aghast at the ability of Siouxland to bring help to this desperately needy situation. And after it had all settled down, and national media publications and whatnot had written about what had happened in Sioux City, the city was named one of the, I think, 10 best communities in the country by a national, I can't remember the name of the organization, but a national community organization that awards certification to cities based on community spirit and community achievement. And Siouxland got it that year. This community was so primed for action that it went into action 6 weeks ago. and could have taken a surge 6 weeks ago. It was so well prepared. And it's been waiting, and now the surge has come 5 or 6 weeks after we really got prepared. So one could look at it and say, you know, things were really prepared almost prematurely. But in the end, it's better to be that way than to be behind the situation. We're certainly not. We've been way ahead of it. But that's one thing I would wonder about. But again, you never know. You never know with the speed at which these things come. You have to be prepared in case it happens next week or the next few days.